I was wondering what kind of things can you do around Christmas without spending money? So today I am sharing 12 Christmas activities that you can do free or super inexpensively. If you're new around here, welcome. I'm Lena. I make money at home videos. I share what has worked for us to reach our financial goals while still living a full life. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and ring that little notification bell. This list is going to go from activities that are absolutely free to activities that might cost a little teeny bit of money. And number one is paper ornaments. So you could use any kind of paper you have in your house, an old book you don't like or that your children have half destroyed. You could turn that into a paper ornament, or those millions of assignments they send home with your kids. You can turn them into decorations. So it doesn't have to be the classic paper snowflake, even those are fun. But one year we made these little ballerinas, and you can just print something online, and then they have like a little tutu that you can cut out, and it's so fun. Next up is a Christmas movie night. Gather what snacks you have around and use a subscription service that you already subscribe to, and I bet there are some Christmas movies on there that would be awesome to watch together. So make it special by, getting out your hot chocolate and gathering those snacks and popping the popcorn. One of my favorite Christmas movies is Elf. So let me know down in the comments what's your favorite Christmas movie. Number 3 is volunteer at a Christmas dinner. So you probably have a food bank where you are, and they often host a holiday dinner of some sort, and it's normally not right on Christmas, so it wouldn't necessarily get in the way of your other Christmas plans, but this could be a great opportunity to serve with your kids and help them feel grateful for everything that they have. My kids are a little bit young for this. I keep calling around and asking where I can volunteer with my little kids, and a lot of places don't take 4-year-olds, and I understand, but I'm really looking forward to doing this more when my kids get older and they can come and be a part of whatever volunteering that we are doing. Next up is read together. Pull out those Christmas books you got last year at Christmas, or head to the library to find some fun books to read together about Christmas. And I bet there's lots of stuff online. It's not my favorite to read things offline. And I even bet that YouTube has some recordings of people reading Christmas books. If they're really long ones, I'm like, ugh, this is taking forever. But if someone else is reading it on YouTube, no problem. So there's lots of different ways to get in your Christmas reading for free. Next up is go to an art walk, a festival, or a bazaar. So there are opportunities to spend money at these events, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So if your goal is not to spend money, you could go to an art show in your local town. We have like a art walk once a month in our town, which is really cool. And you go around and see what they've put up that's new. Also, those craft fairs are so fun to go and look at all the fun little Christmas knickknacks, and maybe look around for some gifts if that's in the budget. Next up is window shopping. See what all the cutesy little shops in your town are selling and admire the decorations that they have put up and see what people are selling these days. Get craft ideas. I saw these little ornaments at this store, and they look like gingerbread men. I think they must have been like salt cookies, but they had baked the salt cookies and turned them into ornaments. I was like, we could do that and make our own ornaments that way. So you could get some ideas for some other Christmas activities at the little stores. Next up is Christmas printables. Google activities to do at Christmas with kids, or Christmas printables. There's lots of activities, there's games, there's scavenger hunt ideas. There are so many things that you can find online, and maybe you wouldn't even have to print them, so then it would be totally free, because if you already pay for internet, that cost is covered. Next up is go on a Christmas light drive. This might cost a little money because of the gas, but this is very inexpensive. You could bundle up, you could bring your fun snacks from home, home and go check out who has decorated their house. Is your town good for Christmas lights? What would you rate them out of 10? What kind of rating would you give your town on Christmas lights? Leave that down in the comments. Our town is awesome for this. We're a little rural town and people go all out. And sometimes the city puts together a map of people that have gone all out on Christmas lights, and then you can go on Facebook and see it, and then you can go check out the stars of Christmas decorating, which is so fun. See if there are any Christmas parades near you. Our town does like a Christmas truck parade. It is so cool. We caught a little bit of it last year, and they'll give you a map of where it is, and then you can go watch. And yes, it might cost a little gas money to drive, but people go all out, like big semi trucks covered in lights and designs, and there's music. It's so cool. So definitely check out what kind of activities like parades could you go to. I don't know if anybody does any Christmas parades during the day, but this is a super fun, inexpensive activity. Next up is to go sledding. This could be free if you already have a sled and your town is covered in snow at Christmas time. I'd give us about 50-50 chance of having snow at Christmas here, but you could drive to where there is snow. So there's a couple different mountain passes that we could go to, and I'm sure there are mountains somewhere around where you are, hopefully, that you could head to go sledding. See if you can find a free place to park, or you might have to see if you have that Discover Pass or that Forest Pass or whatever it is, to make sure that you can park where you're going, and then you can have a sledding adventure and maybe, throw together a snowman while you're there too. That can be such a fun family adventure. You could combine this with your Christmas tree cutting if there's an inexpensive way to cut a Christmas tree on public lands where you are. For us, we can go get a ticket for $5 and go cut down a live Christmas tree on the public lands, and there's designated spots and there's a whole map. But while we're out there, we could also do that sledding. Next up is make a gingerbread house or a candy house. So you can cut down on the cost of making a gingerbread house by actually doing all the things yourself and baking all the cookies yourself, even though it's time consuming. But if the kids are home for weeks, maybe you need something time consuming. And flour is pretty inexpensive. You might have to buy some spices or some extra candies, or if you got any Halloween candy left, you can just decorate it with that. Perfect. And sugar is pretty inexpensive. You can make your icing yourself, use a Ziploc bag to pipe your icing. Do whatever it takes to keep this craft inexpensive if need be. Last year we made a candy house because I have celiac disease, so gingerbread is out for me. And this was so fun, and it turned out so beautiful. And my husband made these molds to melt the candy in, and we can reuse those this year. The candy was like $1 for a huge bag, so maybe we spent $5 on making this house, and it took a long time, but it was so fun. And it turned out so pretty. There's going to be a link in the description for the video that we followed to make that house, even though I think maybe I need to make a video like that myself. This is such a fun craft. And we did our entire walkway with just like a bunch of mini marshmallows. That just took forever. We're just putting all the marshmallows down. So fun. And last but not least is make a wreath. I did this a lot as a kid. We lived on a lot of land, and I would gather greenery and I would put it together with some twine, and then I'd see if I could find any pops of color or some red berries or something to make it even cooler. So this is a great craft with kids, and you don't have to buy a ton of things to go with this. You could buy the outline for the wreath and all that jazz, but you could also just try to forage all the things. And if you don't have any cool trees at your place, maybe you could ask your friends if you could cut a few branches from their trees to work on your wreath. and you can never have enough wreaths. You could put them inside or outside, wherever would be so fun. Be sure to leave your Christmas activity ideas in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope to see you in the next one real soon. Bye for now.